commercial construction coffee talk fans. Thanks for chiming in. My name's David Corson. I'm your host. I'm also the publisher of Commercial Construction and Renovation magazine. Happy New Year! Adios 2020. Hello 2021. Who out there didn't think they were going to make it through last year? Oh my God. I remember when the pandemic hit, I was in March up in Milwaukee looking at hotels for our retreats. Tom Hanks got the bug and everything shut down. Now, 9 months later, hey, vaccines getting distributed. We have therapeutics. Travel starting to pick up. New year, exciting things. National Championship Games coming up on Monday night. Just a lot of exciting things. So thank God we all made it out there and everybody had a good time over the holidays with their family and friends, enjoying themselves, recharging their batteries, and all that post-holiday cheer as we start 2020 on a positive note. Our guest tonight actually is our editor, Mike Pallerino, across the river in the Forsyth County, just due west of me, longitudinally. Say hello, Mike, from Cumming, Georgia.
Hello, Mike from Cumming, Georgia.
And we just wanted to touch base real quick with you out there. We want to start the year off right. We just didn't think it right was had to have a guest. So we just want to talk about some of the new things that have coming up in our magazine, our events, and on the web. And next week, we'll get back to our regular guest rotation for our podcast weekly. So, Mike, tell us about some of the exciting things that we have coming up, at least on the magazine front.
I'm going to do it. And you also mentioned one of my favorite Bruce Springsteen songs from Born to Run, Across the River. Just for those of you that know me, being a Springsteen fan, I thought I'd throw that in the another year of lack of concerts. But it's going to be a good year for CCR. So CCR Nation, we got a lot of stuff we got happening. We got a new buyer's guide coming up. A lot of you probably have seen the emails and promos that we've been sending out. Piggybacking onto that is a mobile app. So now you can take CCR with you everywhere. And if you're looking for some information and some resources, click, roll the finger, click, roll the dice, use your thumbs. That'll help you out. Also make the digital issue much smoother to look at, easier to on the eyes. Our 160 plus page issues that we've been putting out since the pandemic hit, which means we have gone monthly, as you've noticed, and we're going to continue to go monthly. And our newsletters, which have been, boy, I tell you, both of us have been real excited about the feedback we've gotten from people who want to be interviewed and they love what they read, because we're showing we're showing a side of the people that are in part of our family here that you see when we do our face-to-face. Now you get them, you get them digitally. You get to see, their favorite TV shows, how they're working through the pandemic, some of the things that they like to do to get through all of this. So that's been fun and exciting. What else we got going on? And please follow us on our social media links, because we've put a lot of effort into that the last half of this past year. And if David wants to share some numbers, I'll let him do that. But we've been quite impressed with the looks we're getting on LinkedIn and Facebook and our website, which is just David can share a number that's just.
We ended the year just under 1.5 million views.
That's amazing.
I don't know what I should have added up all the totals, but ending the year off on a positive note, about 1.5 million views, 26,000 unique users. I mean, the numbers are just astronomical. So we thank you for surfing out there and checking us out, and the 14,000 pages of content that we have on our site has been a major attribute to those numbers. So
one of the things that I'd like to share is that we're a small team here. Me and David and Brent Cashman, who hopefully will be listening to this, is our art director, and the three of us work hard to get your stories and get them into our hands and tell these stories. And when you guys reciprocate by millions of views, that makes us excited. So keep up the good work on your end, and we'll keep doing it on our end. And please follow us. Check our new website that's coming out. That's my last one of our big announcements that we're going to have rolling out the end of the month here. And David sent me a preview the other day, and it's awesome. I mean, it's still gonna have all the news, everything that you need, that you want for advertising, the shows, which David's going to talk about our summit coming up. But also, everything's going to be merged into one. So we're going to have the shows on there. We're going to have CCRP on there. So everything will all be in one place. So that'll be exciting. We're excited about it. Hopefully you will too. And I'm going to let David talk a little bit about our first big deal going on here in 2021.
Yeah. Just to add on to the website, for all you construction and renovation guys out there, it's just like a store that's 4 or 5 years old. Our website needed some fresh paint and a fresh look. It's still going to have the great content, except it's going to be much slicker, and we hope you'll like it. And that should be launched when we put the January issue out at the end of the month, and hopefully you'll like what you see. I know we picked the right template, and I think that you'll enjoy it. So coming up next week, January 13th to 14th, is our virtual summit. Obviously, we were supposed to be in Fort Lauderdale down at the B Ocean, but I have have dates secured for January of 2022. So hopefully things will work out with the vaccine, and we'll get back out on the road, and we'll see you in Fort Lauderdale next year. But this year we're going virtual. I've got about 70 brands and about 35, 40 vendors, so it's a nice mix. Have a nice group. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So January 6th, this is January 5th tonight. And if you want to attend the event, I need to know by the end of the week. If you're a vendor, I've got a few seats left. If you're an end user and you want to do some networking and so forth, and I can tell you, I just updated our website with the event calendar. There's not much going on in the first half of the year. I hate to tell you. There's some virtual events, some webinars, but if you want to go to any shows, everything's from June to December. I mean, I think the last event I had was ICSC Recon at December 5th through the 7th. So, all the shows that were in the beginning of the year, they've all moved back to the end of the year. And they're all waiting to see if people are going to, get on planes and if the vaccine works, and everything's kind of still up in the air. Actually, some shows have actually said we might be virtual, maybe we might be in person. We're not sure yet. Last year, we made our decision to go virtual back in May. And we just, we made the right decision. So, but one of the things we learned, though, we did our executive retreats in August and September in last end of summer, beginning of fall, found out that Zoom was great. You only have to spend, a little less than 2 hours a day. If you're an end user, you can get a per diem, or we can donate money to your charity. So we give you a financial incentive to participate. But our summit, January 13th, I'm opening up. I'm doing it at a studio over on the west side of Atlanta. Actually, our opening speaker, his name is June Klein, and she's a humorist. And there actually is going to be a live audience in there. So I'm actually going to be kind of live. I won't be in some fake trade show hall. And all you have to do is log in. And she's going to talk for about 15, 20 minutes, make you laugh. And then we're going to go into our virtual scavenger hunt. And you'll go and meet with some vendors and check in, and we're going to have some prizes for the people to get to most of the tables all within an hour. So you'll be in and out there in less than an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes max for that first day. Second day, same gig. We're going to introduce our speaker, Laura from Quest Workspaces. She's the CEO. She's going to talk about what's coming up in 2021 from meetings, construction, renovation point of view. And then we're going to go into our one-on-one meetings. Real easy. Get the Zoom link, put in your browser, you log in, you talk to some vendors for 10 minutes or so, 12 minutes, have a nice conversation, you move on to the next. And you're in and out in less than 2 hours. And you can put a little pocket money, or like I said, you can donate that money to charity. But got a real nice group. Actually, it's been amazing. I've got a lot of new brands that I've never had before that have taken advantage of it. And so it should be very exciting. We'd love to have you. And like I said, if you haven't registered, you have till the end of the week to get done, because I've got to put the appointment grids and the check-in and all that stuff together so I can get all that information out to the vendors and the attendees on Monday. And then we'll see everybody on check-in on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we're going to do the wrap-up in, I believe, the February issue. So you'll see everything that we normally did. And then hopefully next year we'll see everybody in person. CCRPs, we're going to do some breakfasts, some lunch, and then probably starting in June, just like all the other shows, once we see that everybody's getting back out on the road, we're going to start doing our live events in person in some of the major cities that we normally hit, and hopefully you'll be able to attend those events. We miss seeing everybody, and would love to, shake some hands or do some fist bumps or whatever, elbow bumps, whatever it is that we're doing these days. as the bug's still with us, or if it's not with us, or if you got the antibodies, you got the vaccine, whatever it might be. But we want to see you in person. But this is the best we can do right now. So
I do have an announcement for my friends that my CCR family friends that always looking at me for drink tickets. They are available, and the bar is open. So
yeah,
open your own bar up.
yeah. If you come to a CCRP event, you get tickets, and then you got to find one of us for any of the extras. So
I'm the most popular man in the event during those hours.
yeah.
But just to let you know, David told you we've had a couple of events online, virtual, and they were great. Casual, everybody was relaxed. So just be relaxed and have fun with it.
Yeah, one of the things I did, I sat through all summer and I went to a bunch of events. And I just found out that they were too long, too many days, too many hours, very cumbersome. Some of the platforms that, nothing against my, other people, the way that they wanted to do it. We just made it very, very simple. You log in like we're doing here. This is the way our events are going to be. So you have real live conversations, you can have real live meetings, you can actually get some business done. And the whole point of our events is to find new contacts, to maybe shave a few percentage points off your budgets, and at the end of the year, you can look like a hero on the bottom line when you look at your year in retrospect. So once again, if you want to attend, just email me at davidc@ccr-mag.com, or you can go to the ccr-summit.com website. There's a little form you can fill out. It comes right to me. But we're going to try to get all the registration, all the vendors lined up here by Friday, and then I'll put my matchmaking hat on over the weekend, put all the grids together, and then get ready for a real nice event next week. And both the speakers are excellent. And I've got a real good group of both brands and vendors. You'll be able to, pop in and see some people that you might not have seen. And I just think that it's a worthwhile event. So we hope you can, join us. The other thing is to do with our retreats. We found out we only did 2 a year, but after we did our women's and commercial men's version virtually on Zoom, we found out, wow, we should do these every month. So starting in February, we're going to do our women's, and then March will be men's, and we're going to rotate them. So we're going to have those. It's going to be 8 brands, 4 vendors. For every one of those roundtables, we do an hour and a half roundtable discussion that we put in the magazine. And then the following day, you just do some one-on-one meetings that are real short, 10, 12 minutes. And you can make some new contacts. Very, very casual. And once again, you get a small per diem we give you a little financial incentive for your time, because we know your time is valuable. But this podcast, this is all what it was. They're just saying, hey, we're glad that you're out there. Have a great 2021. We want everybody to be positive. It's New Year. 2020 is over. It's in the record books. I'll tell you, I actually learned a lot in 2020. I mean, I know there were some, there were some highs, some lows from everybody, and I feel bad about, the virus and all the havoc that it wrecked for a lot of people. But I got to move forward, because I can't change the past. All I can do is learn from it. But I learned I learned about perseverance, never ever give up, stay positive, be flexible, learn something new every day. And that's what a lot of you did out there. And that's why I'm sitting here today having this conversation. And the day I stop learning is the day I should go do something else. And
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I do have, before we go, I want to say something. I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. We've got Ohio State and Alabama coming up. Now, Ohio State, breaking news here, if you haven't heard, has got hit a little bit with COVID. So they're deciding still whether or not the game might be postponed. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. But who's your pick?
Well, I'm a Yankee living in the South. But my stepdad is a Buckeye alum. So I'm gonna have to pull for the Buckeyes, but I do have friends that went to Tide and have their kids going to Tide. So to be honest with you, I just want it to be a close game. I really don't care who wins. I just want it to be a close game, no blowout. And I don't think it will be, because both those teams are great. And so that's who I'm picking. But if I had to preference, I'd pick the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes. I'm a Big Ten guy, Penn State fan. Hard for me to root for the Buckeyes. Sorry, Buckeye fans, but I'd like to see the Big Ten do well. Alabama, they're a tough draw. They're a good football team. So we'll see what happens. I'm with you. I'm looking forward to a great game. So
Well,
I can watch the whole game and not be done by halftime because somebody's down by 28 points. So.
Like I said, I'm a Yankee living in the South, but tonight the big game is the USA World Junior Hockey team is playing Team Canada at 9:30 tonight.
That's
so
right.
After this podcast gets done and I get it done and I start uploading it, I know where I'm going to be at 9:30. I'm not watching, and we got the elections going on here in Georgia tonight. I'm not even watching. I'm watching hockey. Go you, Team USA. Let's pull the gold home. All right, they beat Finland last night to get into the gold. So Team Canada, Team USA, future NHL All-Stars. I got my NHL Easton sweatshirt on. I'm ready to watch some puck tonight on the frozen pond. So that's where I'm going to be.
By the time you see this podcast, you'll know the results.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, listen, if Team USA doesn't win, they come home with a silver. I'm good with that too. But hey, boys, bring home the gold. Okay, let's do it. Let's beat those Canadians. So,
hey,
Mike, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you
for
inviting
all the
me.
updates and all your editorial expertise. To all you commercial construction coffee talk fans, we had great time last year. If you want to find us, we stream these on all our social media. We have them on our newsletters every week. You can find any of the back episodes. We also have them on Apple, Spotify, and Google. You can find them up there as well. I've been putting them up on LinkedIn here, every week as well. So you can always find us. If you want to be a guest or you'd like to be a sponsor of the show and I can do a little commercial for you and plug your firm and so forth, once again, email me at davidc@ccr-mag.com and we will get you on the schedule. We don't go longer than 30 minutes. And
share this with you before we leave. Do you see my mask?
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen, Born on the Run cover. Just as I thought, ironic that you mentioned Across the River.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
so I thought I'd share.
Longitudinally, we're probably even, but you are across the river. You're across you're across the Chattahoochee. I'm right below the dam, on Lake Lanier. So everybody out there, have a great rest of the week. Have a great year. And before you know it, we're going to be doing our last podcast in December. And I'm going to say, man, what an awesome year 2021 was. So everybody out there, keep the faith, stay positive, and give it your all. And I'm a sports guy. Leave it all on the ice of the field, okay? Because once that buzzer goes, there's nothing you can do about the scoreboard, and as long as there's a W on there, nothing wrong with winning ugly. So with that said, my dog's scratching back there. So
Happy New Year, everybody.
So say goodnight from Cumming, Mike.
Good night from Cumming, and Happy New Year. And here's to a great year.
And I'm going to say goodnight from Swanee, Georgia. We will see you next week as we start our rotation again with our first guest, and we will go from there. And thanks again for being loyal listeners and subscribers to our magazine. Once again, have a great year. How does that? Everybody, happy 2021. We'll talk to you soon.